Good evening, guys. Good evening, guys, and welcome on this live stream. Today's live stream will probably be short because we are just working on a very simple scene. I was checking through Behance today, and I just had this idea to just show off how to set up HDRI lighting for interior scenes. I believe that's what most of the people who I've spoken to were asking for, how to light interior scenes. And um I usually use Corona Sun and Sky for most of my interior scenes. But recently I studied HDRI lighting a bit more, and I've started using them currently in my projects. So I'll just show you guys the inspiration of what we are trying to create this evening. As I said, it's going to be a very short tutorial, a very simple scene, and we'll be done with it. So that's going to be that up. Yeah, this is what we try to create this evening. It's a very unique scene, and I got the inspiration from this guy Vlad, Diachok or something. I already have the link to his Behance too in the description in case you want to check out the other images that are in this project. So I saw this image and I was quite impressed by it, especially the vertical grills we have here and the walk-in closet behind it. It just looks elegant, and I had this idea of trying to recreate this using HDR lighting. So let me just get started on it. So I'm going to go through the modeling. The modeling shouldn't take long. It's just a simple one, and then bring in the models and to try to light it up and try to get it to look like this as close as we can. Okay, let's get to that. Okay, so since it's just a room, just going to make a rectangle. Looks like a large room. Let's see. That sounds like a vacuum. And then it turns out to have enough space. Okay, inside the rectangle, then just get the wall. On a norm, I usually use SketchUp for my modeling, but this is a very simple scene. I will just go with 3dsmax and get on with it. Let's do this. Okay. I know it's been a while since I had the last live stream, and yeah, I got busy after making that with dancing torso project. I got busy a little bit, and I was not able to make videos, but I'll try to make them as frequent as possible again. Let me just get to the work parts. Now we have our wall. Put it on top. uh, you guys might wonder what are these modifiers I have around here. Okay, so yesterday I was watching a tutorial, right, and I saw this person most frequently use the modifiers. They have it on standby here, and instead of having to click the drop down stuff, you can just always click and get what you want as quick as you can, as quick as possible, and it really look great. It really look nice, in my opinion, and it's very simple to do. I'll show that quickly right now. Doesn't take long at all. So what you just have to do is right click on the drop down row, configure all modifier paths, and you 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 add the number of buttons you want to show, and then you just drag the modifiers to the buttons where you want them to be, and you're good to go. Like, I'm sure as an example, maybe part the phone, drag that in here. Okay, have it. So once I click this, maybe I want to add the UVW map. I just click UVW map straight up, and I have what I need. So okay, this room is looking small actually. I think I might have to scale it later on, but before then, let me just okay. I think we are not seeing it that much because let me just switch on this. I will give this guy a different color. Oh, good. Very good. It's what we have right now. Okay. Okay, the movie is actually looking nice. So, but then nonetheless, maybe I could just so I can have space for my camera. And move this. Okay. So, the first thing I want to do is to try and get this grill, this vertical grills, try and get them in the project. I'm going to create a cylinder. The radius is a bit too large. Reduce that radius a bit. Create more sides so that we have this very smooth outlook to it. Because right now, not looking bad. I think we might not need to add more sides to it. Let me just really. That's where we reduce this. Don't need that much number of segments. When working, just try as much as possible to, if possible, like when working, just try as much as possible to optimize your scene when working. Let me pick the camera view. So yeah, we can at least look out from that camera view to see what we are doing. For my field of view for my camera, I mostly use 60 mm. Yeah, Tayo, I'm going to do the modeling, so definitely we'll talk about it, and then we'll shift everything together. So let me just position the camera. Like I said, I may have to move it back a lot so that we can see the those side views. don't let me tamper with the field of view too much, because if I were to do that, right, we might start having this distortions, which we are not seeing that much of distortion in the original image. So let me try as much as possible to prevent that as well. So automatic vertical views. Let's move this back, and we can work with, because right now what we are seeing is just the wall of the room, but then we can always use the environment clipping to see what is inside the room without our camera being, if that makes sense. Okay, so if that's the case, that means let's move this guy back. Okay, and move the camera down, because I can see the ceiling as well. I'm not seeing that. Yeah. Hey, this guy just wants me to. I think I have to adjust probably the zoom factor, so that I can have more space. Okay. Well, we might make adjustments later on. Let's just continue. So now to the grill in the middle of the room. Let me see. Trying to see the scale of this guy right here, so that it won't look too wide. To with that grill in the middle of the room, I'm going to make use of array tools. Those, you can see there's a cursing around there, and cursing around there too. So let's try to recreate that. Okay, that's stuff. You see again. Okay, just how it fits. Goes straight out like this. And like this and like this. I just need to work on making these corners pop down. The fillet too. Like that. Let's fillet this as well. And that's as well. Okay, then one more thing I want to do is to add more interpolations, because we want a very smooth curve. The default is 6, we can use probably 18. So just move this guy to the side. It's more. I think like that is good enough. So now I'm going to click on the cylinder I made, and then I'll go to tools, spacing tool right here. So it brings up this prompt. What you want to do is pick the part you want to scatter these guys on, and yeah, there are many options you can choose from. If you want to space, this tool is basically used for spacing tools, to copy instances or make copies of objects. That is what this tool is for, and it has various options. You can, as you can see, you can experiment with them later on. But what I want to go for is this guy, divide the inventory and objects at end, and I have to make sure that distance, so that once I make adjustment to one, I can always have that same adjustment applied to the others. Now, if it were another object, probably I'll have this follow button checked. What the follow button does is it tries to orientate any object you are copying along the path. It tries to make it follow it. Like probably I'll make an example later on. Let's just get this done. So let me try 20. Okay, so it's still a bit. Yeah, and when working with this tool, right, you don't have to fret. If I click outside, let's say I make a click outside, the object disappears. Don't fret, it's still in the scene. So just the tool has to be clicked. It has to be active for it to show that okay, it's still in place or something, or it's still working. So let me try 50. Okay, now this is red. It should work. Problem B. Like this direction. Okay. Okay. Then it means the objects you are working on has to be clicked, and then the tool has to be clicked as well. Let me just let me just clear that out. So my mistake. Take note, guys. 50 is not cutting it. We still have more space in between. Let's try 90. Oh, let's see. Try 90. Okay. And 20 then. Wait. Okay. I think 120 is good enough. This is what we are okay. Let me just cancel this. We have white space. Let's try to repeat that. I just looked at the image again, and yes, you can see we have a very wide space. Let's try to. This is more like it. More like it. Even right now, I still think we are a bit deficient on probably the scale, but this should work. After all, it's just lighting the after. It's coming on a bit. Okay. Yeah, I think this is good enough. So let's try again. Align spacing to parts and like that. Yeah. Need more space. Okay, we are close. Let me try. Let's 5. Okay. But okay, cool. Also, when you're done, just click apply close, and like that. You have this. We are done with that. Just on my door. Where we are. This is a very big one. Let's see. Okay. So now let's start bringing in other models. Let's bring in the bed model. And I really hope you guys are working with connector. In the previous live streams I've done, I told you about it, and it's a very good tool. Very good tool to advance your work, to make work faster for you. You don't have to always relink the textures to your models whenever you want to work. So, let me just give this to a bit of time to load up. It's a very heavy folder. Okay, cool. And let's go to bed. Okay, which one? Work. I think I like this guy. This is the problem with having too much. You end up having problem when choosing. Just going to go with this DM59. Do that in and wait for it to merge. Okay. Oh, I made the mistake. I should have saved. And let's see. Hopefully. Okay, so we have missing bitmaps. Of that later. I just good. Yeah, okay. And just like before, we still have a problem with scale and camera. I think I'm just going to do it. It's okay. Need to move this guy. Need to move this guy here. So we don't have too much of the window space. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay, cool. So need bedside table. We have one here. Has this very golden look. That's second image. Yep. That's a very golden look. At the bedside table. I like the look of this. Oh well, I think this people. Let me go with this 7. Okay, now I think I'm at the amount I should have saved. The disaster waiting to happen. Have that there. Check it out. Auto live. Let me just. Okay, good. We are safe. Copy this as it as well. And let's put in a standing light. Or lamp, I mean. Something similar. Right, floor. The trouble of going to models and trying to look for what looks good. I think I'm just going to go back to this one I saw here. This one. Guys, not bad. HD14. Okay. Now I wonder why the decision not to have bedside lamps. Well, it's not written in stone that you must have a bedside lamp. Just do something about the wire. Okay. How it meant. That's one thing I have to take care of. I don't want something to just show like just there. Pulling around. Okay. It's not a spine either. Let me have a walk around. Just need to do this. Yep. The reason why I'm doing this is to create wire out of a spline. To be easier to control that, to move it around for me rather than this, because this model right here, this polygon, it's not a spline, so I'm trying to make a spline out of it. That's what I'm trying to do. Yes. Wire. can take it. Okay. Got this guy. Down. Oh, that's too much. Nice. 6. This works. So now this is what I'm trying to do, and it's all these guys up to these points. They can what to do. Let's see. Make them all busier corners. Okay. Nope. Okay. There's just too many vertices. Man. I'm not worrying myself about this too much. Just going to move this guy. There's probably an easier way to do this. Right now I can't think of how to do that. So I just need to hide the end of this. That's just what I'm trying to do. Hide the end of this so that it's not showing up in the render as this wire just lying around. Okay. I think that's okay. That's just to the group. I would like to have it on both ends, at least for this. Let's not copy everything photo. Then always put some subtle differences in your work. Like don't just the way I did it now. I did not just copy this to the other side and mirrored. After mirroring it, I rotated it a bit just to give a bit of imbalance. Sometimes that's good. But slowly our scene is coming together. Putting the wardrobe behind. Okay, I think this works. I'll work with this. We won't have the time to start arranging dresses manually, so let me just go with one that has been rearranged. So we have the model. Okay. Let's bring that in. We'll just wait for that to load in. And on Thursday, I'll be doing another live stream. This is a personal project of mine that has always been on my mind to work on. The building I found on HDRI. I'm going to show for just while we wait for this guy to download in. Yep. This it. I've already started on the modeling already. Been a while and not completed it. So before Thursday, I'll try to complete the model. I'll probably upload the model on my Google Drive for people who want to follow up, with the model, want to follow up with the tutorial. I'll be uploading that on my Google Drive. I'll send the link before the stream. So it's a very great piece of architecture. The facade is quite impressive, and the vegetation as well. So, it's going to be an exercise for me to try to get the image to look as close as I can to this. Yes, this place right here is a challenge for me, but I know it's possible. I've tried to recreate this, but hopefully it does not prove too much too difficult of a task. Like I said, very nice view. On Thursday, working on this. Okay, this guy is taking too long. I really hope it does not crash. Taking too long. Okay. So with the way HDRI lighting works, right, is just let me just show you guys something. The tutorial I read about gets how HDRIs work. Common.com. So these guys really give out some very nice points, and I will be trying to follow the tutorial, all the guidelines they put down. Yes, HDRI lighting made easy. So with this, they really explain that HDRIs work, what to tweak if you want to increase the brightness of the sun in the HDRI, what to tweak if you just want to increase the exposure alone and everything like that. How to rotate it, gamma correction and everything. Yeah, like right now, what gamma means, how the gamma works, how the exposure works. So now with gamma 0.8 to 1.4 and the exposure at 0, here's what we have. We have this brighter sun, and right here with the exposure at 0.8 and with the gamma at 0.8 and the exposure between -8 to minus 0.5. So in a way, just explained how everything works, and if you guys have the time, please do check this out. I may not touch on everything they did right here, but if you have the time, it's not long, you can just read through and get what you need. there. Okay, and I think this thing is about getting me peace right now. Did that table. It is the common point. I'll type it right here. Common. That's one. That's the name of it. Okay, let me paste in the link to the tutorial itself. That's it right there. Oh god. I hope this stuff doesn't crash on me. I hope it doesn't. Why preparing? Oh, thank God. Finally. I think immediately after this, I'm just going to save. Just going to save. It's a very heavy model and took forever. Okay, cool. Let's continue. From the model segments. Okay. So let's take this segment out. Many times the models might not be exactly what you are looking for. You just have to work on them a bit to make them look like what you need them to be. So that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to arrange the model to get what I need. So I can detach these guys from the main model and make them a separate group. Get a separate group like that. So we have one there. Let me add these guys as well. Dash. It's still attached. Attach this up. Something is still attached. Yeah. That's why I delete this. I don't need it anymore. Is that will solve the problem on trying to figure out which one are detached. And copy this in again. Okay, going to make this a group. Have it right beside this guy. We can still scale them up to a bit bigger so that they take up that whole wall like that. Yep. Exactly. Okay. Got that. And I think for these guys I might have to redo this, because looking at what we have, this guy right here covers up most of that, most of this. So if that's placed here, this two, and leave this here. Get back to it. Let's do it again. Hit parts and 100 now. Right. Too close. By 1. Yep, perfect. Close. Okay. I think we are getting closer. I think we are done populating mostly. Let's just bring in the sliding door and we'll get to the lighting, which is the real reason why we why did this tutorial. The sliding door, oh sorry, the lighting. Sliding. Interesting. And this guy the pack can go. Don't need it. On a group. It. just need things. Um, and this. So, guys. I'm letting go of that because that's other platform showing my view, so might as well just ignore it and not be so nitpicky about how this looks. Okay. Hold it. Yep. Just going to there's this stuff that always happens where you're working on a 3D visualization. You find out that some part of your project is just looking plain black. You are unable to see what is happening there. So to fix that, just go to view preview settings, changes from 1 to 2 default lights, and like that you are good to go. You can see everything in your view now. So we have a sapphire in this scene as well. I almost forgot about that. Hampshire, actually. I have an Hampshire in this scene. Okay. Let me check second order for after. Okay. Once here, I'm looking bad as well. Being greedy. Issues. Just going to go with this guy. It's not good enough. We'll change it. Yes, my bad. HDRI with cool now. That's what you are tackling today. Yeah, this was that issue was what I was trying to avoid. If you guys are seeing it's looking so warped. So warped. And almost like an afterthought right now. For the Tosin, thanks for joining our live stream. You've been a day one fan. Thanks for coming again. Okay. And the last thing will be the carpet. For the carpet. Use one of these guys. 77. I was going to go with the beach, the light beach one. Of that there. That's by the side. The assist. Okay. With the way it is looking right now, it seems like we have too much on the right side, so let's try to balance it up on the left. I'm going to put a picture frame here and a plant just to balance the image up. And let me just quickly do that. Decor frames. Yeah. It's something minimal, colorful. Pick one of these. F9. Right. In minimum mode. Vlad looking one. So let's have some plants there. I've always been a fan of pampas grass. So any opportunity I see or any opportunity I get to use it, don't hesitate. Yeah, go with it. Corona. Okay, Malik, I can probably maybe make that as a short tutorial. The way I did this, you need you need tutorial on how to do it, spaces without much windows. So we can work that out. Just going to fill that a bit, open a bit up. But I want it to look like it is directly under that. Okay, I think in a way we are balanced now. So let's get to the lighting part. I hope you are excited. Okay, yeah, before that. I don't need to do that. I'll just use another type of lighting. So now, to get started, open for the HDRI lighting, right? This is what I do. The first thing I do is to add in a corner color correct. You guys will see the reason why I'm adding all this later on. A corner color correct. That's the first thing. Then a corner bitmap. I'm using the corner bitmap because for the corner bitmap, by the time I do this thing, you'll see what I mean. Yeah. Let's use this guy on cloud. Open. Yeah. Okay. Now the corona bitmap, you see the little difference between the normal bitmap and the corona bitmap right now. So let me see. Let me create just a normal bitmap. I don't need to. I just need to have image in it. Just something. Okay. Yeah. Now look at this. Oh, this is the corona bitmap. It has this rotate by degrees under its options, which is just perfect because you want to be able to probably rotate your HDRI by 10%. You want to rotate it, 10 degrees by 15 degrees or whatnot. You can easily do that here. Well, for this place right here, you don't even know which angle. You don't know which angle the lunar image is facing or anything right here. So that is the reason why for HDRIs I go with corona bitmap. Just going to delete that. Now I'm going to plug the corona bitmap into the input of our corona color correct. Now for the corona, the reason I'm adding to a corona color correct is because I will have options such as the gamma, the exposure to work with. You can always do this to using the interactive lighting as well. I just want to show you guys the things I put in place to get started. So now I'm going to go to my render setup. in the setup, log this in. I'm going to log the, because this is the view we want to render, so I'm going to lock it in so that by the time I'm rendering it, it's always rendering this camera view and not anywhere the mouse is. I'm going to go to single map. Yeah, you can use the environment map, so you can use this. You can add it under here, but I prefer to just use this the corona environment. Yeah, so drop that in. Yeah, okay. Now we have the lighting setup. The light, the HDRI, we have the HDRI now in our render setup, and for the next step is now to render out a lighting test, and for that we need an overlay material. Like this and add this in. I believe people who, like, if you've been working on renderings, if in a way you already know about this, so I'll just gloss over it. And then preserve glass materials. I've been using this or this is not the first time I'm using this sliding door. So even though it has the glass a glass material applied to it, I know it's not the glass material I want, because by default the model comes with this greenish tint on it. So I'm just going to adjust. I'm going to adjust the glass on that. I'm going to use guys, you just have to bear with me. Trying to going on 2 different platforms at the same time, taking it along my CPU. Put that, yeah. I can delete this. Okay, now let's get to the lighting test. Whoa, we've already used Bona working on this. So let me just get to the lighting test and quick start interactive. Tayo, I have a catalog of HDRs I got from a friend. They are Peter Godfrey PG Skies. Yes, well, you can always get HDRs from the HDRI Haven as well. I'm just going to drop the link. HDRI Haven another day. Okay. Okay. I think the URL changed. So you can always get HDRs from this website as well. They are all free and they'll work. They'll work. It doesn't have to be one specific kind of HDRI to get whatever, as long as the HDRs are in HDR format. HDR format. You can get them as CXR too, but HDR format is good. In 8K, 4K to 8K should work. So any HDRI will work. does not have to be just one particular way. Then one thing I want to do first is go to tools. First thing I want to do is use the highlight compress. Around 10 is okay. Now the model of the wardrobe I brought in already has light in it, so I want to have it off. I know some of you might be wondering, why am I not using interactive light mix right now? Well, this is just another way of doing things though. So I'm just going to select them all, then switch them all off. Okay, we'll get to the lighting for the wardrobe later. For now, let's deal with the HDRI. So we have the HDRI there, and where's our this is our scene right now. It up with the HDRI. If I want more how do I call it now, more sun in this, all I have to do is to reduce. Let's say I'm seeing the sun right now and I want more sun in this interior, and all I have to do is to reduce my gamma right here. Let me try to rotate the HDRI until we see the sun coming in straight up. Maybe I can use that to explain. So let's try 15 degrees. Hey, Kristen, what's up? Thanks for coming on the live stream. I really appreciate the support. And yes, you are not late to the party. We are just starting on the lighting part. We've just been working on the modeling and try to create the scene. That's what we've been working on. I don't think this is just it's sun. I think it's an overcast HDRI. Yes, that's one thing you also have to look at when choosing the HDRI. You have to look at if it's the kind of HDRI that you have this sun. You see it in the HDRI there. If you have a sun model in the HDRI shining on, then you know that okay, when you use this HDRI, you can get shadows from it. And which right now, I think with the rotation I made, we are beginning to see some of the sun come into the interior. So let's try shift T. Maybe we can get more of it. Okay, great. Now you will notice that we have the sun mainly around that area. Now this is what the gamma is for. The lesser this value is, the sharper or brighter the sunspot will be. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Like when you reduce this value, this gamma value, you get more sun coming into your scene. Why this right here just works on the exposure. So let's say I'm reducing the exposure. Let me use some probably -4. Okay. Now see. Overall, I have a dark interior because the exposure is not much. But for the sun, the shadows look sharp. So you just have to find the balance with what you are working on. So let me just try reducing this value. Let's just give that a moment. Load up. Okay, see, reducing that value, bringing more sun into your scene. So you just have to find a balance. Now, Corona sun and sky is easier manipulate. Yes, I agree. and that is what I've been using most of the time. But recently, I think in a way, probably maybe that's the, let me use that word, it's code. Most of the pro vis or pro vis tutorials I've watched, they really use the sun and sky. I don't know why. Most of them use the HDRI. But maybe that's where the shit code is. So that is what got me interested. Okay, is there something, is there something special about it? And in a way, I think there is, because using HDRI and HDRI means uh, the making of an HDRI image is by taking a picture of a real place on Earth and using the lighting situation of that area for your work, which in a way I believe will work better than manually tweaking or whatnot. So right now we don't need the sun in our scene, and while rotating this image, I think around 15% was just perfect. Because when we look at this scene, it's just the lighting situation is the same, almost the same. Okay, granted it's a bit brighter around here, but mostly the same throughout the whole scene. So let's just have something like that. Let me have this guy right here at -1. Let's see how -1 looks. The gamma, let's put the gamma back at 1. Okay. Then another thing too is in almost all my works, right? I've been using lot files. I've used lot files in all my works, right? And some friends brought it to my attention that in a way all my projects, all the images I've created have this same kind of thing, same kind of look, and I think it's because of the lot file I always use. I'm always using this guy right here. This Google lot file. I think that is what is causing the similarity, or the how do I call it, similarities in between my images. I don't know if you guys get what I mean. Like there's this tint or this kind of look it gives all the images I've made. And then yeah, looking at tutorials again, I saw that okay, I've been following some guys, I've been watching their tutorials on YouTube, even though the tutorial is in Russian and stuff, and I don't understand anything they are saying. But in a way, I was still able to get some of the knowledge they were trying to pass across the tutorials. And I noticed they really use lot files. Tayo, the lot file is in my Discord channel. I'll try to add it to the description of this video, and if you can't find it, I'll probably send it to you on WhatsApp or upload it on my WhatsApp channel. I think yeah, you're on my WhatsApp, so I'll send it to you on WhatsApp. So in a way, I want to try making images without load files, probably tweak them myself to now to have variations around my images. So looking at what we have right now, I think I'm okay with this lighting situation right here. It is looking overcast and whatnot. If anything, I'll be increasing. If anything, I'll be increasing the exposure. But the intensity of the sun, the exposure of the HDRI to me is already okay for me. So if anything, if I want it to be better, I'm just going to increase the exposure, and then it has this. Yes, Christian, I agree. I think that is what makes HDRI better. I think that's what makes HDRI better. And in a way, the two images I've used HDRI on, I was quite happy with the outcome, to be honest. So let me just give it more warmth. Okay, I think in a way we are good with the lighting we've done right now. So I think I can afford to stop this render. I'm just going to open this guy. And let me select light. I really hope the lights are instances. I hope they're instances, and whoa, that is too much. I'm just going to switch them all on. And this temperature, like I said, always use temperature for the color of your light. In rare instances, should you use direct inputs or try to select the color yourself? If you are trying to create something realistic, always try to use the Kelvin temperature for your lighting values. Values with below 6.5 values below 6.5 will give you warm light, and values above 6.5 will give you cool light. In layman terms, values below 6.5 will give you yellow light, and values above 6.5 we tend towards we turn towards a blue light, if that makes sense. So, and in the image, as you can see, we have this yellow tints. So we know what we're looking for is yellow line. So just going to go with 4K. Let's see how 4K looks. Yeah, once again, yeah, I know light mix, but I just decided not to use light mix today. So let's see how that looks. And once we do that, we just get to the texturing. Texturing shouldn't take long. We already have most of the image textured. We have most of the models textured, so it shouldn't take long at all. Okay. Oh, do not have the lights we have here. Not have them on the side here. Start with red. And I'm going to increase the directionality of these lights. Directionality. I don't want those these lights spreading so much to all these areas right here. And I think the reason why that is again is because the lights in the image we are trying to follow was the back or probably in the middle, and this one is just right at the edge. So that's why we're having much of those lights. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Down a bit. How are we looking? Okay, good. We're back. Okay, yeah. And the next thing, as I said, the next thing I want to do is to increase the directionality of this. Now, when you increase the directionality of a lighting source, when you increase the directionality of lighting source, right? What it does is that it decreases the how do I call it, the range, or yeah, the range of the light, if that makes sense, and it makes it sharper. So, and 3. Let's switch off, occlude other lights. Very important you do this for your lights. I will switch them off. Okay, that's too much. I mean, 0.49. Non-lot file. I think I think I have a Canon lot file. I think I do. I think I have that. I'm not sure I knew. 5.54. I think it's a very fickle subject. It can make or mar your image. So that's why I'm a bit I'm being careful with it. I think I have to reduce the intensity of this guy as well. 30. I think 5.4 is okay. Let me just go with that. I don't want to spend too much time making that. Okay. And this we can move on to other part of the project right now. Okay. Let me do this. We do not have any light on this side of the image. Let me see. Copy this guy. Yeah. Oh, so there's some light under this. Well, we need this. I'll take this one off. Oh, wait. This is light for. Is it facing? Okay, I think this one is facing this side. And light facing this side like that. Instead, I'll just copy this guy. And this up. everything. So we don't have too much light coming from this area. Okay, now we can get to texturing. The first thing I want to do is let's get this cylinders done. Get the cylinders done. Like this, so we can have quick feedbacks. From this image, we are not seeing pictures in this guy right here, but it looks like metal rod or cardboard. I don't know, all this cardboard roller paper for rolling paper and stuff. That's what the material looks like. We can go with metal. But when we do, we are just going to use that a lot. And then one other thing I think happening is right now we are seeing too much of the background. So let me increase the radius of this. Also, 20. So we won't have too much of a gap for the area behind. Okay, that was too much. I did at 12, I think. 550. And overkill. 13.5. Opportunities. It should be perfect. Yeah, let's get to the texture. I'm just going to select this. What should I use? Just color. I'm using. I will give it some factor. Look. Using wood will give it some. I don't want that. I'm going to have to do the corner UVW randomizer and stuff, and I've not got that locked down yet. What I'm contemplating is if I were to use a wood material, the grains, because there are instances, the grains will be on the same all through, and if I were to have that, I will have to use corona UVW randomizer, which like my bin, I've not got that out yet, so I'm just going to use a color. Looking brown. Select instances and exclude. Okay. Desaturated. Saturation. Saturation. Be brighter. Okay. But that's, let's increase the contrast. I'm almost tempted to use the lot file. Not going to. I'm going to make this without the lot file. I'm going to use the corona ports or default parameters to achieve it. I want to use lot files. Okay. For that one. Now for the build, remember that some of the textures for the bed were missing. I would like to rename that. I'm going to use the link bitmap plugin. What's happening? This guy not textured for other objects are textured. One is textured. With this, the pillows and this guy right here. I'm just going to use I've always had this texture very long. Yep. So let's make something like this. Okay. So that's the mapping up. I'll just make this guy gray. Correction. opacity map and provide impact, so provide the selection. Since this map is correctly applied, I don't need to add the UVW map. So instead, if I want to adjust the size, I'll just use this guy here. 5 point. Not changing much. Fix. Okay. Then let's see what we have. Let me exclude that. See what we have. Okay, that looks okay, not bad. Maybe the reason why I wasn't seeing it that much that time was because it was so far away, and that was mainly the reason why I was trying to increase the size of the texture. And I think the bump is okay too. Right too. Okay, so it's just perfect. I like the bump is actually showing the veins, or how do I call it now? The veins of the fabric. Yes, anything like that. Okay, let's get to the wall. The wall and the ceiling have the same material. Let me not waste time on that. Just use the Corona 6 concrete. There are some nice concrete that came with this package. If I apply it, what I'm going to do is, because it's a very large surface, right? And if I were to apply the concrete texture without a switch material, I'm just going to have like the color of the texture bleeding everywhere, you see, and I don't want that. I'm going to send direct override. do that as well. Okay. The interior is going to look really dark now. This I'm just going to make use of this light Siri. The light is so bright. Let's keep it simple. Let me apply the floor texture too, so that I can finally let go of the corona of the material override I'm using. Doesn't make sense to just keep excluding when I can just apply texture, then work on everything once. Just do that. Yet again, going to use a corona switch material. Let's switch this guy off. Yeah. Convert the whole scene, because definitely we will have some materials in the scene that are not compatible with Corona material editor. So it just makes sense to convert everything first. Okay. Not bad. I think yeah. I just have to increase the exposure from here. Basically the full exposure is just giving that dude right there a bad look. Yeah. Much. 0.4. Let's brighten this concrete up a bit. Not having too much exposure, much. Okay. Good. Dark like that. Now to brighten up some of the interior spaces, it's because of the concrete. We're having it's looking this dark because of the concrete. So I'm just going to try to increase the value, the brightness of that concrete there. By doing so, I will have more lights, more light bouncing around the scene. Like it's going out. I'm trying so much not to use the dot file. I'm not used to having issues trying to tweak images like this. I'm not used to it at all. Okay, I think we are getting near. Yeah. Give this guy Martin. It's not. It's looking too blue. Okay, why is the temperature not working? Take this back to 6.5. Paste. Get this. For this, we have this on around that area too much. So let's try to turn it away from that. So that this area right here won't be looking too bright. I think I'm going to increase the intensity of these lights. Then for the rug, so light that we are not even seeing what the detail on it is supposed to be. I'm going to correct that. What's looking up there? Okay, cool. Should I have lights? Out of this one alone. Just thinking. Then this guy too, looking so exposed. Going to reduce the exposure for that too. Let me know if I do it. Okay. And that's for the. Let's get the legs as well. Okay. Good. The scale of the shape. Oh, yes, it's looking so small, right? I think it's perfect now. So what do you think, Tayo? Thanks for that insight. Okay, let's check. Not seeing the wire of this, guys, that much. Not enough black on that. I've decided I'm going to put in the light there. Like, it's just calling me to put in the light there. What's this guy? Okay, it's a corona light. And I should just use that in a corner color. sure. It's 4K. Emit lights. That's with 15. What would 15 look like? Yeah. Too low. 40. Okay. That's perfect. That's okay for that area. It's not too bright for this area. Well. Leave both. Adding the light. No, that would be too much light. I would like to increase the saturation on this guy. Looking to be saturated for my liking. Okay. I don't think I want to touch it. Yes, I just applied it as a bitmap. Here's the setup. I used the Corona bitmap. Yeah. I used the Corona bitmap. I just applied putting the HDRI in the Corona bitmap, then the Corona bitmap I attached it to a Corona color correct text map. Using this Corona color correct text map will give me the options of tweaking the gamma and the exposure, which I think I've explained. Gamma, decreasing the gamma will bring in more sunlight to the scene, and then or we increase the sunlight of the sunlight coming in. Yeah, let me just put that way. And the exposure is for the overall exposure of the whole scene. So you just tweak both like that. So you work with both to get what you need. Now, one thing I like to do. Okay, yeah. Before doing that, I just want to play with the bloom and glare. Corona has this new bloom and glare system they added to Bona 6. I'm going to click bloom and glare like that. This is what we have right now, right? Let me just select all those areas where we have bloom and glare. For the sites, for the threshold, let me do the threshold first. I think the threshold works with any light that is not up to that threshold you placed will not have the bloom and glare. So I want to use that to take care of, hopefully it does. I want to use that to take care of the bloom and glare I'm having behind here. Let me try 6. Have the bloom and glare there. 20. Okay, cool. Okay, it fits that, but it's removed from this guy. Right. Okay, I think it fits the ones behind, and they are still able to get some bloom and glare on this area here. I think I can try 8. Okay. 6. Okay, cool. We freeze the bloom and glare from appearing on this, because it was almost appearing on the frame as well. So we'll freeze that. So we can have the bloom and glare only light sources here. So custom aperture, the editor. Now these options are actually very fun to work with or to play with. So peripheral grating, just going to like that. You won't really see much on this. It's when I start using. I think you guys can see what is happening there. Let me try the hexagon. You guys can see that effect, right? It's looking more to like they've added this option of trying to get realistic lens flares in your scenes. So you just play with it. Maybe reduce the length so that you won't have much of that. That is reducing the number of fingers it has. I'll call it that. Up his strength. Just reduce the strength. Don't want that showing too much. And I can reduce the size on it too. It's a very subtle look, right? But of course it has to the realism of the whole project. Then lens dust, and let's see what this guy does. Hexagonal as well. I don't know why using that hexagonal really works. Okay, what does this? Having it on will get a straight line. Yes, Tayo, I noticed there are lights in on the ceiling. Well, since the reason why I'm not adding them is because these lights actually did not add anything to the lighting of this scene. I don't know if you notice, it did not add anything to the lighting. It's just there just to show that okay, yeah, there are light sources there. So that's the reason why I just chose to ignore them. Thanks a lot. I did notice they were there. Then our vertical grills, I think they are more yellowish than reddish. I have them having this red tint in this one, so I'm just going to fix that. Yeah, let me finish this up, then I'll get that. Let's see what is square do. Okay, press like that. I'll reduce the strength for this too. Okay, I think we're almost done with the project. Okay. Okay. The yellow. The yellow. This. Then I would like to reduce the. Okay. We just need it to be subtle. This will be subtle. Not too much. There's the stubborn one here. The stubborn one showing up here. I think I fixed these guys. So where are they popping up from? Okay, yeah, they're fixed. I think in the way we've been able to, at least if not exactly how it looks, at least similar to it, because yeah, of course we won't get all the look or all the process the creator of this image, and I think in some projects he allowed the ceilings and objects, he allowed them to bleed on the scene, because I can see the tints from the concrete on some parts of the images. I think that's why he has this brown tint going on for this image, and that's why we don't have it on our own. Okay. Should I try? Let me remove the various fish materials I used for this other object. Okay, which other place I have concrete? Okay, I think I begin to have that. So let me apply the concrete. I don't know why that guy is. Okay. And yes, doing post-production too is, well, of course he's going to make some corrections in post-production. Well, yeah, what I wanted to show you guys was let me reduce it. Yeah, what I wanted to show you guys is that if you guys notice here, I'm barely seeing any detail in this area near the barely seeing the end detail in this area near the door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put image, because the reflection of the floor is reflecting the environment light. Yet, so I'm going to replace that environment light with something else, something a bit darker, so that at least we don't have it looking this light. And see, at least you can still see the grains of the floor this area. Grains for the other for this image. What I'm going to do is, let me see if I have any picture I can put in this view. Okay. Okay. I'm going to bring this guy in image right here. Up there. Now I'm going to put this image in the color correction map. The reason why I'm doing that is so that I can tweak the saturation, probably the color view and stuff. Reflection override. Now once I click reflection override, you're going to see that this place gets darker. Yeah, like that. You guys can see. So yeah, it's darker because now it is not reflecting that white light from the HDRI anymore. It's reflecting this black color here, and that's why we're having it looking that way. Now, I'm going to select refraction override as well. Doing this will give that exterior area, we give that exterior area a black look. The reason why I'm doing this is because I do not want to start changing the background in Photoshop. I might as well just put in an image here and be done with it, instead of having to correct and change backgrounds in post-production. Just going to take this guy here and plug it in. Okay, now the next thing to do is to try and tail this to that window frame. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide unselected, because I don't have any selection. Everything is just going to get selected like that. I'm going to switch this on so I can see what that area is looking like. Right? And I'm going to work on the tiling. We tie this. Okay. I think I saturated it too much. I don't. I'm going to move this up a bit. Like that. Cover that a bit more. Turn it down. Okay. And like that, I think we pretty much done with everything we want to do for this project. Let's see a large view of how it looks. You can call this a day. I really hope you guys can still hear me and you guys can still view this twin. Let's just wait for this re-downloading. Oh, one more thing. I still need to correct the pillows. I need to correct the pillows, and that will be the last part of the bricks. I don't want to sweat the material for that pillow. I really don't want to. I just want to add something, so you guys will have to forgive me if I were to use this carpet material. Yeah, I know, not the perfect thing for it, but there's no CG police. I'm safe. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think that came back to bite me in the ass. Let's see how this goes. So I'm just going to make the renders for this project, and renders, close-ups, and everything. I'm going to make those renders, then upload them on my Behance. I'll be sharing the link so that you guys can see the final product of our exercise together. Then by God's grace, on Thursday, I really hope I'm done with the modeling of that for that project I showed you earlier, so that we can get started on that on Thursday. It's a really big project and it's going to engage us for a while. We are going to touch on how to use megascans, because I'm going to really rely on megascans a lot for that project. Megascans, OS pack, lighting, everything. We are starting it from scratch, so everything, we are going to touch on everything for that project. I'm trying to. I think these guys are pretty much stubborn. I already tease them. Why are they still showing up? Okay. Let me do this. We have fast preview off, that I can see what because having the fast preview on will just show you a quick end results, but having it off is going to show me, okay, what is going to really look like if I were to click the render button right now and make a real render. It's going to reduce, because if I feel like I've used that, maybe it works with render resolution, because now the render resolution is higher, and what I think I thought I fixed already just coming back, and this is taking so long. I'm just going to have it on back. Okay, I think I'll just call it a day on this project, much, because there's no new thing I want to add. It's just going to be the rendering right now. So I have to tell you guys thanks a lot for coming on the live stream. It really means a lot to me, and actually I'm surprised at the turnout today. Thanks, thank you guys, and I really hope you guys learned something on this live stream. So I'll be ending it now. See you on Thursday. Bye.